Hi friends. Today's topic is in Civics Unit 5, India's International Relations. It's a final unit in Civics for you. India's international, that is worldwide or global. International, it's carried on between the nations. So India's international relations. Relations carried on between nations. Learning objectives. After studying this lesson, students will be able to become familiar with our policies with the neighboring countries, understand the importance of India's policy towards development nations and the developed nations, gain the knowledge about the India's relationship with the international organizations, recognize the achievement of BRICS and OPEC. BRICS, it's 5 countries' names: Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. OPEC, it's an organization of the petroleum exporting countries. Imbibe the value of India's position among the world countries. One of the main word by the Hesiod. Hesiod is telling about a bad neighbor is a misfortune as much as a good one is a great blessing. One of the important word has been mentioned by the Hesiod. A bad neighbor is a misfortune as much as a good one is a great blessing. Here's the oath. Look at this introduction. This is your map, India, with the neighboring countries of the entire our country. What are the neighboring countries of India? Find out. Pakistan, Afghanistan, Nepal, Bhutan, China, Bangladesh, Myanmar, Sri Lanka, Maldives. Now, where are the directions that we will see? First, let me go to the introduction. Independent India has been consistently fostering the world peace and international cooperation. India abjured the military alliances but has been active in cooperating and coordinating with other nations for peace and economic development. As the first Prime Minister of India, Jawaharlal Nehru, stated, "We can neither be absolutely dependent or independent, but we live in a world of interdependence." What is that interdependence? The dependence of two or more people or things on each other. So, India would prefer a peaceful, wealthy neighborhood responsive to its own needs and wishes. India has always been known as peace-loving country, as we all know that, right? India has always been known as a peace, always அமைதியே நிலைநாட்டும், peace-loving country, and has strived hard to champion the cause of peace in the world. For the country to progress in an adequate manner, the maintenance of international relations has been regarded as an important area. So, being a country with a huge population, India is surrounded by many neighboring countries with whom she has tried to maintain friendly and good neighborly relations. So, let me go to this. What is the neighboring countries? Look at this. Being India is a vast country with the Pakistan and Afghanistan to the northwest. This is Pakistan and Afghanistan to the northwestern side. China and Nepal, Bhutan to the north, Bangladesh to the east, Myanmar to the far east, Sri Lanka from the southeastern side, and Maldives from southwest are of the two countries. Okay, Sri Lanka and Maldives. They are the two countries that lie close to the India, separated by the Indian Ocean. So look at this, India and its neighbors. That only we have seen in the map now. India's position is unique in its neighborhood. India's neighbors had been a part of homogeneous, same kind culture prevailing in the Indian subcontinent for last 5,000 years. As we have seen, the discussion about the India is a vast country with the Pakistan and Afghanistan to the northwest, China, Nepal, Bhutan to the north, Bangladesh to the east, Myanmar to the far east, Sri Lanka from the southeast and Maldives from southwest are the two countries that lie close to the India separated by the Indian Ocean. India has cordial, friendly, historical, religious, economic, ethnic and linguistic relationship with all of these countries. So let us know about India's relation with its neighbors. The countries that share the most number of neighbors touching its borders are China and as well as Russia. First, let we all know that India and Afghanistan. Indo-Afghan relation was strengthened by the Strategic Partnership Agreement (SPA). The SPA provides assistance to rebuild the Afghans' infrastructure, institutions, agriculture, water, education, health, and providing duty-free access to the Indian market. This is one of your second short answer. India helped Afghans in the construction of Salma Dam in the Herat province. India announced 500 scholarship for the children of the martyrs of Afghan security forces in schools and colleges, both in Afghanistan and in India. India is also supporting the Afghanistan to improve its public health and small-scale industries. India is at the forefront of the promotion of investment in Afghanistan, and a consortium of public and private Indian companies has been selected to make one of the biggest investments in the mining sector. To harness, that is to tackle, India's sports potential, India has built Kandahar International Cricket Stadium, India's Self-Employed Women's Association, which imparts the training on sustainable livelihood and to be self-reliant. Sustainable, that is able to maintain at a certain level. Thus, India is contributing proactively to the development of Afghanistan in the form of monetary, that is financial aids and funds. Now, India and Bangladesh. India was the first nation to acknowledge Bangladesh, the former East Pakistan, as an independent country. So, India only fought and acknowledged that Bangladesh as an independent country. India and Bangladesh, which share the longest land boundary of 4,096.7 kilometers. India has plans to implement the proposed rail connectivity between Agartala, India and Akhauran, Bangladesh. Bangladesh has granted India road transit facility through its territories from Kolkata to Agartala via Dhaka under BBIN MVA. BBIN means Bangladesh, Bhutan, India, Nepal Motor Vehicle Agreement. The Farakka Accord on sharing of Ganga waters, signed in 1977, is a historic agreement. Farakka is an agreement signed between the India and Bangladesh too. Signed between two. So this agreement between whom? Between India and Bangladesh. India and Bangladesh share 54 common rivers and a bilateral joint. Bilateral too, between two countries. The Joint River Commission is working to maximize benefits from common river systems. The Government of India provides grant assistance for project under aid to Bangladesh for the construction of buildings, laboratories, dispensaries and deep tube wells. So in addition, scholarship is also granted by the ICCR, Indian Council for the Cultural Relations, every year to the students from Bangladesh, and it has initiated a Tagore Chair in University of Dhaka. Both the countries jointly inaugurated the construction of 130 km Bangladesh-India friendship pipeline between the Siliguri in West Bengal and Parbatipur, Bangladesh. What is that? India friendship pipeline between Siliguri in West Bengal and Parbatipur in Bangladesh. Look at this, one of your one-word answer. The Teen Bhiga Corridor is a strip of land belonging to India on the West Bengal Bangladesh border, which was leased to Bangladesh in around 2011. Look at this map. These are the eastern borders, not northeastern side. Bangladesh, Myanmar, Indian states also mentioned. India and Bhutan. Bhutan, a small Himalayan kingdom popularly known as land of thunderbolt. It's one of your objective. Which country is known as the land of thunderbolt? Bhutan. As one of the poorest countries of the world, the diplomatic relations between India and Bhutan were established in 1968 with the appointments of a resident representative of India in Thimphu, the capital. Bhutan is a landlocked nation, so it is highly dependent on India for access to sea. India is the principal contributor in the economic development of Bhutan. So, India declared the bilateral trade between two countries, relations known as Bharat to Bhutan, B2B. India provides scholarship to the Bhutanese students to study in prestigious institutions of higher learning and offered help in setting up a digital library in Bhutan. The prestigious Nehru Wangchuk Scholarship is being awarded to deserving and talented Bhutanese nationals to undertake the studies in selected premier Indian educational institutions. The hydropower sector, that is, producing electricity by using power of fast moving water, hydroelectricity, which represents one of the main indicators of bilateral cooperation between the India and Bhutan. So far, Government of India has constructed 3 hydroelectric projects in Bhutan. One is Chukam, then Kurichu, and in Talam. India has helped Bhutan in developing that country's infrastructure by establishing telecommunication and in the construction of hospitals, roads, and bridges. India and China. In terms of geographic and demographic dimension, skilled manpower, and civilizational depth, China is the only country in the region which qualifies for comparison with India. China, being the manufacturing hub of the world, is strategically very important to India. India and China share similarity of view on many fronts like World Trade Organization, international climate change, which talks and reforms of the World Bank. Shanghai Cooperation Organization, which was China's initiative, has granted the observer status to the India, while SAARC, South Asian Association for the Regional Cooperation, had granted the observer status to the China. Both sides have established more dialogue mechanisms covering diverse sectors. Bilateral trade has registered enormous growth. Trading between the two countries, which has registered enormous growth. India and China have signed an educational exchange program. Under this agreement, scholarships are awarded to 25 students by both the sides in recognized institutions of higher learning in each other's country. India and Maldives. Maldives is located south of the Lakshadweep Islands in the Indian Ocean. The relationship with the Maldives is important for India given its strategic location and geographical proximity. India and Maldives is one of your one-word answer, which share the ethnic, linguistic, cultural, religious, and commercial links steeped in the antiquity, that is the ancient past, and enjoy the cordial, friendly relations and the multi-dimensional relations. Trade and tourism are being developed between the two countries. Trade and tourism are being developed between the two countries. What is the tourism? Sutrula Thittam we used to call it. It is a commercial organization and operation of holidays and visits to places of the interest. It is a commercial organization and operation of holidays and visits to place of interest. That is called tourism. Both tourism are being developed between the two countries. Both the countries have agreed to strengthen the cooperation to enhance the maritime security in the Indian Ocean region through the coordinated patrolling and aerial surveillance and exchange of information. India and Myanmar, that is Burma, previously. India's second largest border is shared with the Myanmar, known as Burma, till 1989. 4 northeastern Indian states, Arunachal Pradesh, Nagaland, Manipur, and Mizoram, also share their borders with the Myanmar. This is the borders you have seen in the map. Myanmar's border. Look at this. Mizoram, Manipur, Nagaland, and Arunachal Pradesh. And even Tripura is also touching a small border. So here it shows you their borders. Myanmar is India's gateway to Southeast Asia. India is building the Caledon multimodal transit transport a road, river, port, cargo transport project to the link Kolkata to Sittwe in Myanmar. This is one of your fourth short answer. A project aiming to connect Kolkata with Ho Chi Minh City on the South Sea of the formation of an economic zone will have a road pass through the Myanmar, Cambodia and Vietnam and work on the first phase connecting Guwahati, that is in Assam, with the Mandalay is currently underway. Myanmar is an important partner in our energy needs for petroleum and natural gas. Some of the Indian companies such as Essar, GAIL and ONGC Videsh Limited, that is Oil and Natural Gas Commission Videsh Limited, have invested in Myanmar's energy sector. Look at this. Indo-Myanmar border, which are the area has been covered through the sea route. It's a Bay of Bengal route, Bangladesh, West Bengal, Myanmar, that is border. It shows you Indo-Myanmar border. Now look at the India and Nepal. Nepal is a natural buffer belt between India and China. Being a small landlocked country, Nepal depends on India for economic support and transit the facilities. India shares borders in 5 Indian states. So it's one of your one word answers. Sikkim, West Bengal, Bihar, Uttar Pradesh and Uttarakhand with a Nepal. People residing in the border districts on both the sides which share the deeper cultural bonds, Indian firms are the biggest investors in Nepal. India provides substantial financial and technical development assistance with a focus on infrastructure, irrigation, health, energy projects and community development. India built a 204 km long Mahindra Raj Marg to link Kathmandu and India. Nepal is endowed with fast flowing rivers and its terrain is ideal for hydroelectric power generation. That is producing electricity by using the power of fast moving water. So, India has taken up the work of around 5,600 megawatts Pancheshwar project, which remains stalled for 18 years after agreement. Nepali and Indian people visit each other's countries for religious pilgrimage. Pashupati and Janakpur are traditional centers in Nepal, whereas Varanasi and the 4 dhams, that is Badrinath, Puri, Dwarka and Rameshwaram, are the important pilgrimage destinations in India. The bond of friendship further increased when India included Nepalese language in the 8th schedule of the constitution. A joint hydropower project is being built on the Sharda River. This power plant helps both India and Nepal with respect to electricity, production and irrigation facilities. From the environmental perspective, there are a number of tiger reserves along Indo-Nepal border. The governments of India and Nepal have signed 3 sister city agreements for twinning of Kathmandu, Varanasi, Lumbini Bodh Gaya and Janakpur Ayodhya. For twinning of double Kathmandu, Varanasi, Lumbini Bodh Gaya and Janakpur Ayodhya. 3 sister city agreements. 2 via. Look at this map. It shows you the Indian part, Uttar Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Nepal, Bihar, Sikkim, West Bengal and other states. Now we are talking about the India and Pakistan. Since the bifurcation, division of something into 2 branches, divided the part into 2, bifurcation of territory, which demarcated the India and Pakistan in 1947. The 2 nations have had strained relations due to disagreements over a number of key issues. Terrorism remains our core concern in the relationship with Pakistan. Pakistan has been antagonistic, opposed, hostile bloc when maintaining the relations with India. But India has made extreme efforts to improve and stabilize the relations with Pakistan. The cross-border firing between the India and Pakistan and the terrorist attacks combined have taken its toll on the Kashmiris, who have suffered poor living standards and an erosion of human rights. Kashmir is the bone of contention between India and Pakistan, which has brought the two countries into an open clash many times. Cross border terrorism is a major irritant. India tried to bring a positive change in the relationship of the two countries through the bilateral agreements such as Shimla Agreement and Lahore Declaration. India and Sri Lanka. India has a cultural, historical, and religious ties with Sri Lanka. But this was separated by the narrow expanse of the Pak Strait. So, one of your onward answer. India and Sri Lanka have shared the excellent trade relations, committing to each other in both bilateral free trade agreements as well as the developing interaction through the SAARC. SAARC, South Asian Association Regional Cooperation. The relationship between India and Sri Lanka can generally be termed as friendly, except for the brief spell in which the Tamil ethnic problem cast its shadow on the relationship between the two countries. India and Sri Lanka has conventionally very close to each other. India is among the top investors in Sri Lanka, and its investments are in the diverse areas including petroleum, retail, IT, real estate, telecommunication, and tourism. On the other hand, the Sri Lankan investments in India include the Brandix Garment City in Visakhapatnam, MAS Holdings, John Keels, Hales, apart from the other investments in the freight servicing and logistics sector. India offers scholarship slots annually to deserving Sri Lankan students. Sri Lanka is also a partner in Nalanda University Project of India. Ashoka. He had sent his son Mahinda and daughter Sanghamitra to Ceylon, Sri Lanka, for the propagation of Buddhism. Chola kings Rajaraja I and Rajendra I conquered the northern part of Ceylon. Now look at this. India's relationship with developed countries. A developed country is a sovereign state that has a highly developed economy and advanced technological infrastructure relative to other less industrialized nations. Look at this map. The world, developed countries, what color they have? Developing countries, least developed countries, the color has been mentioned. So this is the index for you all to know about this. India has been balancing the superpowers with a great care and had been trying to reap the maximum benefit for its domestic development. USA. India and the United States of America has signed a communication, compatibility and security agreement, that is COMCASA, that will lead to a new generation of a bilateral military partnership. It is valid for a period of 10 years. COMCASA gives India access to advanced communication technology used in US, which defends equipment and allows the real-time information sharing between the militaries of the two countries. Then the European countries. There has been a significant progress in all areas, particularly the growing cooperation and exchanges include defense, counter-terrorism, nuclear energy and space. French space launch pads are used by ISRO. India and France are cooperating on developing smart cities Chandigarh, Nagpur and Puducherry. India and France launched the International Solar Alliance, which brings together countries between Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn for the cooperation on solar energy. Australia. India and Australia have built strategic trust over the years, slowly yet steadily. Australia and India are committed to working together to enhance the maritime cooperation with India's bilateral naval exercise. Japan. India decided to introduce the Japan's Shinkansen system. It is the highest class of high-speed railway systems with safety and accuracy. Delhi Metro is one of the most successful examples of Japanese cooperation. Mumbai-Ahmedabad high-speed railway is another area of cooperation. The government of Japan has offered 20 seats per year to Indian nationals for the master degree course in the University of Japan for serving the Indian railways. In the manufacturing sector, Japan announced its cooperation of training 30,000 Indian people in the Japan Indian Institute of Manufacturing, JIM, which providing Japanese-style manufacturing skills to enhance the India's manufacturing industry base and contribute to Make in India and Skill India initiatives. So here, these are the recent initiatives include the establishments of 3 India-Japan joint laboratories in the area of information and communication technology, that is Internet of Things, artificial intelligence and big data analytics. India and West Asia. What are the development has been taken? A trilateral agreement called the Chabahar Agreement was signed between the India, Afghanistan and Iran, which has led to the establishment of transit and transport corridor among 3 countries using Chabahar port. This port is seen as a golden gateway for India to access the landlocked markets of Afghanistan and Central Asia bypassing Pakistan. Look at this map. Uzbekistan, Turkmenistan, Iran, Afghanistan, Pakistan, India. It shows you the Oman, Saudi Arabia region. One of the oldest maritime trading routes ran from ancient Sumeria via Bahrain to the Indus civilization called Meluha. Got this India and international organizations. This is one of your 6th short and as well as detailed answers continuation you're finding. India is a potential superpower and has a growing international influence all around the world. Being a newly industrialized country, India has a great history of collaboration with the several countries. It has acted as a prominent member of several international organizations and has been a founding member of some. Like example, India is a member of formal groupings like UNO, NAM, Non-Aligned Movement, SAARC, G20 and the Commonwealth. So, these are the important organization international level along with the India. India has been extending a helping hand to the UNO in all her efforts in ending military conflicts and in promoting peace and progress among the nations. BRICS. Brazil, Russia, India, China and South Africa together we call as BRICS. They are the leading emerging economies and political powers at the regional and international level. The BRICS organization headquarters, where it is in Shanghai, China. BRICS opened up possibility for countries of the global south to the challenge the global north. India is an active member and this collaboration paves way for India to build its global profile. What are the reasons for the formation of BRICS? Why they have joined? To be an alternative to World Bank and IMF, the Monetary Fund, International Monetary Fund, to challenge the US supremacy, to provide self-owned and self-managed organizations to carry out the developmental and economical plans in its member nation. Look at this. India is actively engaged in general economic diplomacy, which is evident in the country being a part of several economic coalition as listed in the table below. It's joined together with some other countries. What are the global groupings? Look at the name of the global groupings, name of the member countries and the objectives. Here, this is one of your first detailed answer. Any point, 3 point you can able to pick and write. The first thing it's given you like IBSA, India, Brazil, South Africa. What is the purpose? To focus on agriculture, education, energy, trade, culture and defense among the others. Now look at the other one. Is a BCIM, Bangladesh, China, India and Myanmar. What is the objectives? To respond to threats such as natural disasters and data, the breaches and protect the business interest. Here is the NGC. India, Cambodia, Laos, PDR, Myanmar, Thailand, Vietnam to create the necessary infrastructural facilities in the Ganga-Mekong basin. Then BIMSTEC, BIMSTEC, Bay of Bengal Initiative for the Multi-Sectoral Technical and Economic Cooperation. Which are the countries? Bangladesh, India, Myanmar, Sri Lanka, Thailand, Bhutan and Nepal. What are the objectives? To strengthen and improve the technological economic cooperation, international trade and foreign direct investment cooperation. So like that, here RCEP, Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership, then EAS, GCC and BBIN, Bangladesh, Bhutan, India, Nepal for energy development, and then the SCO, Shanghai Cooperation Organization, that is India, Kazakhstan, China, Kyrgyzstan, Pakistan, Russia, Tajikistan and Uzbekistan for the security related concerns, resolving the border issues, intelligence sharing and countering terrorism. This is BRICS countries: Russia, China, India, South Africa and Brazil. That is BRICS. Now, what are the objectives of BRICS? To achieve regional development, it acts as a bridge between developed and developing countries. To contribute extensively to the development of humanity. To establish a more equitable and fair world. Boost the intra-BRICS trade in their local currencies. To increase the trade cooperation and cope with the current international financial crisis. To promote the technological information exchange among the member states. To enhance inclusive economic growth that will lead to an increase in the creation of jobs, fight against the poverty and accelerate the economic transformation of members. The financial architecture of BRICS. The BRICS payment system. After 2015 BRICS summit, ministers from the BRICS nations initiated consultations for a payment system that would be an alternative to the Society for Worldwide Interbank Financial Telecommunication, that is SWIFT system. Look at the factors that bolster the cooperation among the members. First, the common need among the developing countries to construct an economic order that reflects the current situation will drive the BRICS efforts. In this matter, the idea of NDB, New Development Bank, and CRA are the defining changes and will have the huge geo-economic and geopolitical impact. Second, the BRICS alternative idea in the landscape of the global governance will attract the support from other countries. Third, the expansion of BRICS interaction to other sectors will make it more strong partnership. Now we are talking about the OPEC. BRICS and OPEC only, we have come to know that. OPEC, the Organization of the Petroleum Exporting Countries. It's a group of oil producing nations. It's an intergovernmental organization founded in Baghdad, Iraq and headquartered in Vienna, where it is in Austria, Europe. Iran, Iraq, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia and Venezuela are the OPEC's founder members. There are three categories of membership: founder members, full members and associated members. At present, there are 15 member nations. 2 are located in South America, 6 in the Middle East and 7 in Africa. OPEC membership is open to any country that exports the crude oil and which shares the ideals of the organization. Now, OPEC's mission. What is the importance of this? For what purpose they have taken care? To coordinate oil policies in its member countries, help stabilize oil markets, to secure fair and stable income to petroleum producers, an efficient economic and regular supply of oil to consuming nations, a fair return on capital to those investing in the petroleum industry. How does OPEC help the other countries? The other countries like the OPEC Fund for the International Development is an institution that helps financially projects with low interest loans. It also provides grants to social and humanitarian projects. OPEC has an information center with over 20,000 volumes including books, reports, maps and conference proceedings related to petroleum, energy and the oil market. The information center is open to the public and is often used by researchers and students. India's relationship with the OPEC, and the conclusion finally we are going to learn. India's relationship. It is one of the biggest consumer of crude oil. OPEC obviously has vested interest in India's economic growth. We import around 86% of crude oil, 70% of natural gas, 95% of cooking gas from the OPEC countries. The member countries of OPEC. India has been identified as a great partner of OPEC mainly because of its high oil demand. India doesn't have enough oil reserves. India can't produce oil. Devoid of necessary oil reserves, India strongly focuses on agriculture and industrial production. The conclusion of this part. Apart from economic and trade cooperation, India also aspires to have a warm relationship with its neighbors and extended neighbors in the field of education, health, fighting terrorism, disaster management, employment for its citizens, curbing organized crimes, technology development, and so on. This is the BRICS countries: Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. Please go through this lesson thoroughly, my dears. India's international relations. Thank you.